Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls that chat over tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you everyone for tuning in. And Happy New Year,
Happy New
everyone.
Year.
Happy New Year. We took a little hiatus.
Yes.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
Yay. We're back. We're back.
Yes.
And please, if you like our chats, please hit the thumbs up that you like our videos.
Yes.
Subscribe to our channel and
Yes.
hit the bell button for all the notifications
Yes.
when we upload our videos and our chats so you don't miss any of our videos. And today we are drinking, what are we drinking? We're drinking this organic ginger turmeric tea.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
And I love it. It's a herbal tea, so it's obviously caffeine free. And the ingredients here are organic ginger, organic turmeric, organic licorice. I love licorice in teas. Organic orange peel, organic orange oil, organic black pepper.
Yes.
And that's a really good combination because when you have turmeric with black pepper, it enhances the health benefits of the turmeric.
Yes. She taught me that because I'd never heard that before.
Yeah, and I love it. It is organic and ginger turmeric, and it's from Whole Foods. So that's where we got it from.
Perfect. It smells amazing. The tea bag. I can't wait. We're letting it seep a little bit. I can't wait to.
I love it. As soon as you take it out of its cover, it smells amazing. And that's when you know the tea is going to taste really good.
Absolutely. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to kick off a year in review of 2019. We're just going to kind of, brush through quite a few items just to, we both have a lot to be grateful for. And as you think back over the year, we went through a lot as people. And this is an opportunity to just remind you of some great things that happened. So Michelle Obama wrote her book.
Yes,
Yes.
and I'm still reading it.
And she went on tour, which was really cool.
And Jennifer Lopez, she got not married, I was about to say married, she got engaged to the love of her life,
Yes.
Alex Rodriguez.
Yes. And that was really cool because when he was first into the baseball league, they asked him, now that you're a professional baseball player, what is it that you would like? And he was very coy. Oh, I'd love a date with Jennifer Lopez. And some 20 years
I
later,
did not know that.
here we go. They got a date.
And this year is the year, big year.
Yes. Former White House Press Secretary Sean Spencer was on Dancing with the Stars, and he actually made it to the quarterfinals.
Yes, I was very surprised because people like that usually don't make it that far.
Yeah, they go home early.
Early, like probably, I was actually thinking the first round.
Yes.
But as the weeks kept going, he had his supporters and they were voting for him.
Yes.
And James Holzhauer, how do you say that?
Holzhauer.
Holzhauer. Holzhauer. Anyway, James, he was a contestant
Yes.
on Jeopardy and he won over $2 million with 32 straight consecutive wins.
Yes, he was amazing because he is like a sports bettor. He's a gambler. So he would look for the big daily doubles to double his money. The most amazing thing that's ever been seen. Dwayne Johnson married the love of his life, Lauren Hashlund, on August 18th. Beautiful wedding out on the beach of Hawaii. You just see them in their traditional outfits.
And
yes.
he had the lei, the
Yes.
traditional, the green lei.
Yes.
It was gorgeous. And August the 18th, I have
Yes.
to stress that because that's my birthday, August the
Woo-hoo.
18th.
That's
Yeah.
right. Beyonce and Blue Ivy, they stole the spotlight at the Lion King premiere. They looked amazing.
They looked really, really good.
Yes.
I have not seen The Lion King yet. Have you
Yes.
seen it?
I have. It is beautiful. The
I've not
graphics. It's amazing to me, when you see something. So like I am a Star Trek girl, live long and prosper. And when you look at what the technology looked like when they would say, Kirk would go engage and the ship would take off.
Yeah.
And then you see what it looks like when Picard goes engage. The technology shifts are just amazing.
I know.
Yes.
It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
And then Wendy Williams, she opened up about her lymphedema, which is swelling of the legs, and it's blockage that comes from the lymphatic system.
Yes.
So she was showing all about that
Yeah.
and how she puts it on the machine, and it's 45 minutes the whole session it takes.
Yes, and she misses pumps. She misses being able to wear heels. However, she has started a new trend of sneakers. And I mean, I'm talking about like $1,200 for a pair of tennis shoes.
Well, she's
You
Wendy
know,
Williams.
If you got it,
why don't you flaunt it?
There you
Milk
go.
it, and she can't buy pumps, so she's doing something with sneakers.
absolutely. Cody Lee really touched our hearts last year, and he won American Got Talent. He's just beautiful. He would close his eyes and he would play that piano, and you would transcend with him. Amazing.
And I hope we hear more from him this year.
Yes.
Because I haven't heard since he
Yeah,
won.
he's
We
supposed
haven't
to
really.
get what do they call those when they go to Vegas? It's not a membership, but you are given a period of time where you perform.
Oh yes, I know what it's a. I know what it is because all the famous singers do that.
Yes.
A stint in Vegas. But
Yes.
it's not called a stint.
Yeah.
It's called something. I forget what
Yes.
it is. We'll
It'll
find
come
it.
to
It'll
us
come
later.
To us, yeah. And then the Global Citizen Collective Festival took place in New York, and that is to raise funds for extreme poverty, and that was a huge success. It's a free concert, and the artists were amazing. A lot of very good artists.
Amazing. There was a trend set by a new service called TikTok. TikTok is all the rage. All of our children are all over it, and a lot of adults are getting into it too. So
and it's just short little clips of you singing or dancing, and it's catching on.
Yeah.
Billy Porter now.
Yes.
He won the Emmys last year,
Yes.
and it was groundbreaking, history making, because he is the first openly Black American gay.
Yes.
And he won for his drama series Pose.
And one of the things I love about Billy, and he says it all the time, and my husband and I, we do it all the time. And the category is. So anytime he's getting ready to say something, he always goes, and the category is. So congratulations, Billy, once again. Lady Gaga won for Best Original Song, Shallow, at the Oscars last year. Her and Bradley Cooper actually performed, and everyone thought that they were going to just get married the next day. They were going to quit the people they were with because they did such a beautiful job.
And they denied it for a long time.
Yes.
But they are together.
Yes. Well, you
Yep.
can only lie so long.
Yeah.
No. You can only hide your true feelings.
Yeah. Okay, and then Donny and Marie Osmond, they actually closed their show last year in Vegas after 11 amazing years. It
Yes.
was a tearjerker. They were crying 11
Yes.
years.
Yes, it's been a long time. Kelly Clarkson, who is the first American Idol winner, actually has a new television show, the Kelly Clarkson Show. And she does amazing, amazing things on that show. She allows audience members to pick a song, and then she actually will sing the song. And I think that's really beautiful.
That's nice. She opens up the show with her singing that song. And what I really like is not only does she sing it, but afterwards she announces, like, who is so-and-so, Joe Smith, whatever,
Right.
stand up, why did you pick this song?
Yes.
So audience members picks a song and she sings it, and then she asks the reason why they pick it.
Absolutely.
And then this year we had the very first time ever to have 5 title holders of major pageants, all women of color.
Yes.
So what are they? They are.
We had Miss America, Miss Universe, Miss Teen, USA, Miss World, and Miss USA. All of them.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. And the new Miss Universe, what I really love about her is, people were like, why do you have short curly hair? Why don't you have low flocks of hair? Because you don't have to worry about your hair nowadays. You just put in some extensions, put on a full wig, whatever you want to do. And she said that she wanted to reflect how she came into the world. I thought that was pretty beautiful.
That was very good. She's
Pretty
showing
beautiful.
other African American girls They do not need to be like embarrassed or
Yes.
need to follow the trend of having, you know, the long hair and everything.
Absolutely. And I know this is going to shock you. Mariah Carey, the wonderful, amazing Mariah Carey, had never had a #1 Billboard chart winner. Well, in December, she had, she started it actually the day after Halloween. And she picked up her phone, and it was like she called Santa, and she's like, "It's time." And it was so funny. I mean, people would just play that in a loop. Well, what she did is she went to her fans, and she wanted to make this song, "All I Want for Christmas," #1. I love the song because of a movie called Love Actually, because that movie is there's a little girl and a little boy who are just they're spitting with each other. They're just
Love
so
that song.
cute, you know, just babies. And that song really encapsulates the whole movie, because all you want for Christmas is love.
Yes.
So that was really beautiful.
So good for you, Mariah Carey, last year.
Yes, congratulations.
Your wishes came true.
Yes. So that was a lot about entertainment. And now we're going to talk about news. What was in the news in 2019?
Yes, what was in the news, big news.
Yes. So President Trump displayed a luncheon that he prepared for the Clemson University football team after they won the national championship. And, you know, he's thinking kids don't want real food. So he served fast food, and that got quite a reaction from a lot of people.
Yes, it did. And then 157 people were killed in on Ethiopian Airlines shortly after it took off.
Yes. There was a scandal about bribing schools and school educators to allow children of the wealthy to go to school on scholarships and things like that for things that they don't know how to do or have never done. So Felicity Hoffman, she pleaded guilty, and she did 2 weeks in prison, and she has, you know, moved on, and she's back to work, and life is okay. The other main actress that everyone's talking about or was talking about in 2019 is Loughlin, and she has pleaded non-guilty, and her husband are still not guilty. They have since brought like maybe 3 or 4 additional parents that they found that were, that were part of this whole scheme. Yes, and so it isn't over yet. So that will carry on into the new year. However, Felicity and her husband have set themselves up for a very challenging trial. Very challenging.
Yes. And Italy, Venice in Italy, had their 3rd round of flooding, and it was the largest and the worst in over 50 years. Wow. So the pictures that we saw were pretty bad. It was like everyone was like, some people were swimming in,
I know.
In that. Yes,
it was pretty sad. So of course our thoughts and prayers are with them, that everything's going to be okay. Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry welcomed their first child, baby Archie, to the royal family. He is such a little love. And what I really love is he has the most beautiful complexion. He has a light caramel skin. He is just, and you can see when his mom, Duchess Meghan, looks at the baby and looks at her husband, Prince Harry, the love just oozes out of her.
You can
for
just
both
see it
of them.
Just comes in the eyes.
Yes.
You can see it in the eyes and the smile and just the love she really has for her family.
Yes, it's amazing.
And then she took that trip to South Africa for 10 days to meet Archbishop Desmond Tutu, and that was a huge success.
Yes.
The Queen was very proud of them, and you saw the videos going around of her with Harry and bringing the baby and visiting Desmond Tutu. It was a joy. They loved the bishop and his wife loved Archie.
They I would think it is such an honor to have Bishop kiss your baby, and he rubbed baby Archie's little head.
So cute. They were laughing, smiling.
Yes, and then he leaned over and kissed the baby, and I was like, Oh, if I had been Duchess Megan then, I would have just had to do the happy dance with my baby.
And then this year, 2019, was a year for a lot of shootings, a lot of mass killings. We're talking about mass killings, not just shootings here, there,
Right.
big killings. And there was a total number of mass shootings in U.S. in 2000, average of one for every 15 days. So that was a lot.
I just can't imagine.
That was a lot.
There was El Paso, Texas, 22 were killed on August 3rd. We have an event out here called the Gilroy Garlic Festival, and we had 3 people that were killed there on July 28th. And in St. Louis, there were 5 killed on July 6th. And one of the things that kind of ties all of this together, a lot of people don't want to give up their guns. You know, it's like, you know, it's my right, you know, under the, you know, the amendments. I have the right to bear arms to protect my family. The thing that has gotten us all a little off kilter is people are having these devices and they're not shielding them so their children can't get them. So where when I was a child, I would go to school and someone would say, I'll see you after school. I'm going to kick your butt. And I'd like, take some to get some. Come on. And you might, you know, fight or you might exchange words. But 3 days later, you were hugged up walking down the street.
Yeah,
I mean, it was not that serious.
It's not about getting the gun and shooting and
yes.
and spraying.
Yes.
Spraying the
and
bullets.
That's why I mean, I don't want people taking people's guns per se. I just think that the AK, repeat, you know, rifles, guns, whatever you want to call it, I don't think you need those. My dad was a hunter, and so as a little girl, we used to go hunting every winter. And whatever he hunted, we ate. He did not just hunt. And if you hit something with a rifle, there's a little bitty pinhole. If you hit something with an AK, there's nothing to eat. There's nothing left.
Right.
So I think we as people all over the world need to think about it. And that led to a big discussion about climate, because there's a lot going on with our planet. There's a young teen, her name is Greta Thunberg. She is a Swedish climate activist, and she has gone to the UN to talk to the heads of countries about the deplorable way in which they're taking care or not taking care of the planet.
Yes, and this is from her words, quote from her, for more than 30 years that science has been crystal clear. And she said, how dare you continue to look away?
Yes.
Because it's her generation that have to deal with all this.
Yes. I mean, the people who are not taking action today, most of them are so old, they don't care. They have forgotten what it feels like. And I still find it very sad that they don't have children who are having children. So, you know, because most of our members of Congress are rather old.
Right.
So have you lost the connection to life and all you are thinking about is, I don't care? Because if that's how you feel, you should step down and step out of office.
Well, she's now making it her
mission.
priority, her
Yes.
mission
Yes.
to help the people of her generation so they don't have to, you know, go through, we don't even know what's going to happen in the future. She's
Yes.
trying to like nip it in the bud as much as she can.
Yes. Oprah Winfrey donated $13 million to Morehouse College. And that was the largest endowment ever, and that was done in October of 2019. There was another gentleman, I cannot remember his name. He was doing the commencement speech. We talked about it in an earlier video. And as he's doing the talk, at a certain point, he said, my family wants to invest in you, so I am going to wipe out your entire debt. So every graduating student was given the gift of financial freedom because they did not have to pay back those debts.
Huge,
So
amazing.
Oprah did an endowment to the college. This man paid off
everyone's debt.
Everyone's debt. And there were people that were like, I owe $160,000 and it's gone. I mean, can you imagine walking out of school and not
what
having
a baggage taken off your
Yes,
shoulders.
tremendous.
And the last thing I would say about Oprah Winfrey was I
Yes.
loved the big portrait that they hung in Morehouse
Yes,
of
to
her. It was
honor
gorgeous
her.
with
Yes.
her in the the red dress. That was gorgeous.
Beautiful, beautiful. Here in the West Coast, we have experienced, well, it's raining now. We got snow on the mountains. However, in the latter part of 2019, we experienced a lot of wildfires. And over 6,190 fires were reported in 2019 by the Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. The thing that's sad for me is most of the time it's arson. What kind of a person wants to destroy to the magnitude that you don't care what happens?
Well, we can't imagine why someone would do that.
Yes.
And they do.
Yeah.
And that's why we have all these wildfires.
Yes. And starting in September of 2019, Australia started to experience brush fires. And it's still burning, and they're trying to do things to figure out what caused it, how to encapsulate it. It's just really, really sad because it's in the bush, so it's not like humans are being affected as much as animals.
It's
the little koalas.
Oh my gosh, I just saw pictures online. It's
yes,
awful when you look at them and they're burnt and they're
Yeah.
trying to rescue them and you can't rescue them. What can you do?
yeah, kangaroos. You know, it's just the indigenous animals of Australia. There are certain species that they think by the time they get this control will be gone completely.
Oh my goodness.
There will be no more of. So
That's really sad.
it really is.
That's heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking. And
Yes.
Bindi,
Yes.
Irwin's family.
Yes.
What's his name? I forget the
All
dad's
I know
name.
is that he was the
Bindi, yes.
Yes.
So Bindi,
He was
Irwin,
the
and
alligator man.
yes, and Steve Irwin. There you
There
go.
you
Steve
go.
Irwin, Bindi. Well, the family, they're doing their best to try and help these
Rescue,
animals do
yes.
as much as they can, because that's their passion, that's their lifelong
Yes.
mission, is to help all and every wildlife and animal out there.
Yes, very true. And New South Wales and Victoria and South Australia, in 2019, 28 were killed and over 2,500 homes were destroyed. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers, because and one of the reasons that, this is also very timely, and what Greta is talking about, because the bushland was so dry due to climate change, that's why. And the other thing is they have eucalyptus trees. Now here in the West, in California, where we are, we have a plethora of different trees, but we have pine trees, and we have just different trees. Our trees, they'll burn, but a eucalyptus tree, when it ignites, it's like fireworks because of the oil. It burns way hotter, and it's just it just moves very fast. So we are all experiencing climate issues, and I think it's time for all of the presidents of all of the countries throughout the world to stop. We've got enough money. The people that have money, okay, so you got $500 billion, and that's still not enough. It's time to reinvest into the infrastructure of the places you live, because if you don't wake up and stop, there will be no planet for our children and our grandchildren.
And I hope this year we keep talking about this.
Yes,
And
we are going
we make
to.
it more aware, more and more people aware. And I'd love it if Greta is still in the news
Yes.
and keeps going on about this,
Yes.
because if nothing is done,
Yes.
nothing will be done.
There you go.
And then there was an eruption in New Zealand of the volcano, and it killed 16 people. So that was one of the other news.
Right. Harvey Weinstein, I think a lot of you know who he is. Producer, director. If you wanted to work in Hollywood, you almost had to work with him. A-list people like Ben Affleck, they used to do movies. I mean, it's just a tight couple. Well, women came out and said enough is enough. He has been inappropriate, and he is currently in 2019 on trial to figure out, this is just the preliminary. So this is just people who, and this is New York, and then in 2020, I'm sure we'll hear more, because these women are not even in California.
Right.
So wait until the women in California
I'm
get
sure
their
there's way more
opportunity.
people in California.
Yes.
And
Yes.
the sad thing is, all this time he's not admitting.
No.
He's denying everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, you know, if you didn't see it, he said something really stupid, like, if you don't see it, or if you didn't see it, you can't call it rape. Excuse me? Really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And I forgot to mention real quick, I'm going to interject one thing. The other thing I forgot, we were talking about Irwins. Yes, Bindi Irwin got engaged this year.
Yes, she did.
This last year, sorry.
Congratulations.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so happy for her. She has the soul of her dad. I remember when she was a little girl, and to see her, because she was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, she was amazing.
She
in
did
that.
a great job
Loved her.
there. We got to see her from a little girl sitting on her father's lap, and now she's a young woman, and she's about to get married and start her own family. So we are so happy for you.
I love seeing her journey.
Yes. Gabrielle Union brought up an issue with American Got Talent. And it was, her issue is, she says it's a very toxic environment. Like here in California, there are certain places where you're not allowed to smoke. Apparently, because Simon Cowell is the man in charge, he walks through the building smoking, says inappropriate things. And we know this part is true. I don't know about the issue with Gabrielle. However, when Simon was on American Idol, I remember, I will never forget, he told Jennifer Hudson, "Yeah, you'll never make it. You're too fat." Now, Jennifer was on the same season as Ruben Studdard. And Ruben Studdard, I mean, he must be 300-400 pounds. I mean, he's like 6 something, and
He
he's
was
big.
tall and he was big as well.
Yeah, I called him the big teddy bear. I love him.
Yeah, they called him that.
However, Simon never, ever on camera said anything about Ruben's weight.
No, he didn't actually. He never
Yeah.
said anything.
So she has come out and she has spent a lot of time with NBC at the corporate office to talk about the toxic environment, because, you know, it was really strange that everything was going good, and then the next thing we know, what was it? Heidi Klum and Mel B. They were doing a great job, and they were gone.
They were gone, but they were there for a long time.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union and Juliana Hough were there for just one season.
one
All of a sudden,
season.
they're gone.
And then what they did is they brought Heidi. They're in talks with Heidi about, you know, maybe having her come back. The thing is, Howard Stern spoke up and he said, you know, this is true about Simon Cowell, because what he does is every time an issue comes up, he just gets rid of those women and he brings in a new crop. So this, I think, is going to be around for a while.
And I think they let go of Juliana Hough
because they had to.
Because they had to. Because not because she did anything, but
No.
because they're going to they didn't want just to single out Gabrielle Union.
Right.
And people wonder why.
I wondered in the beginning how she got the job. Yes, she's an actress. Julianne, I never questioned, because she's a dancer.
She's in the show business industry.
So she, you know, when people are dancing, she knows about posture.
She was in the Grease Live.
That's right.
And Sandy, she did an amazing job.
That's right. So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it, and as information is forwarded out to the world, we will share
I liked
that with
Gabrielle
you.
Union.
I
on
do
that
too.
Show. There
And
was nothing wrong with that.
No, and I'd like to say that her hair was too black. What the heck? What the heck? You know, they didn't like the fact that she changed it too, because some women of color, have found this new freedom called wigs. I have a sister, she changes her hair every day. It's short up above her ears, it's down. I told her, so you have to look for this. In 2020, I'm going to start going in her closet, and maybe every week or every 2 weeks, I'm just going to take one of her wigs and wear it.
Well, I'd like to see that.
So I'll
That'd
have
be
black
great.
hair, gray hair, you never know.
Yep.
And the last thing of 2019 that we wanted to remind you of is vaping. Vaping is very, very serious. And if you know anyone that's doing it, especially a child, please help the child. My understanding is it's very addictive. You know, it's one of those things where people have told me that if you ever did crack, there's something, the endorphins, you just can't stop. And apparently the vape pen is the same.
And it was meant to be a safer alternative to
Yeah,
smoking.
so people could quit smoking and do something that was healthier. And that's how it was sold to all of us.
And then now it's coming out that all these people are dying, getting sick, lung issues, breathing issues, and it's crazy. So, and the worst thing was, what we realized was that all these vaping pens or whatever they're called, they're disguised in all different
They
formats.
look like USB drives.
Longer USB drives or whatever you want to disguise them as.
So before we leave you today...
Oh, we forgot to drink our tea. I love this. But it's great because you know why? Because when you steep it longer, this tea, it really brings out that licorice flavor.
It smells amazing.
So cheers. I love it.
Oh my God, this is
so
amazing.
when you leave this, it gets really flavorful, but once it starts to cool down, you'll actually get more and more of that flavor, the licorice flavor, which is what I love.
I love it.
Which is what I love.
So we've covered a lot. However, we think we hit all the highlights of 2019. If there's something that you thought about and you're like, the girls didn't mention this, please comment below and let us know.
Yeah, something that you thought stood out in 2019 we missed.
Yes.
Because there's too many things to cover.
Yes. And we're trying to keep our videos within a half an hour. So we're trying to be good citizens and stay on time.
Yes.
So thank you very much for hanging out with us and checking out our latest video, which is 2019 in review.
In review. And we loved reminiscing about things that happened in 2019. Again, please don't forget, hit the thumbs up so you like our video. Let us know that you like our video. Subscribe below. Hit the bell button to get all updates on our chats. And thanks a lot, everyone, for tuning in again. And remember to always keep smiling. Bye-bye now. Take care.